Hello and welcome to Radical Living. I'm your host, Shoeless Joe, and today we are talking about minimalism versus social media.
Facebook, Google+, Q-Zone to Chinese.
Social media. Where to begin? I could go on a tirade, so how everyone's glued to their devices and we're all not connecting because we're connecting and like blah 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 blah. But we've all heard that already and we all have our own opinions, so whatever, let's just move on. Regardless of how some people may be addicted or whatever to social media, and regardless of how it's changing everything, and some people think it's completely necessary and some people think it's horrible and whatever, we just want to focus on you. You have to ask yourself, is social media, the social media that I've been using, is it serving me or is it holding me back? But how can you know if it's holding you back if you don't know where you're trying to get to? And that's where #LifeGoals comes in handy. You see, it's important that you envision the person that you want to become. What types of things will you be doing? How would you act? How will you be spending your time? And then picture yourself now, kind of take a bird's eye view and look down and say, how far away is this person away from the one that I want him to be? And then you have to do things in order to get yourself from point A to point B. For myself, I don't picture who I want to be spending a lot of time on social media. I would just rather be out having adventures rather than trying to watch other people have adventures. And that goes for all media in general, all entertainment consumption. Another thing you can think about is look at the people that you really admire and see how they spend their time and see if they spend a lot of time on social media. For me, this has been immensely helpful, and I've been able to see that the people that I look up to, the people that I aspire to be like, they don't care about social media. They ain't got no time for that. They're out there killing it, having great adventures, living life to the fullest, and they barely have time to tweet a dang thing. Another way you can look at this is making a pros and cons list. Like make a pros list and say, what are the good things that social media is bringing me? How is it serving me? How is it helping me? Is it helping me relax? Is it helping me connect with people that I really want to be connecting with? And then make a cons list and all the things that are bad about it. How much does it distract me? How much time do I waste doing it? How much does it make me feel bad inside because I see all these things that other people are doing? And then you look at your two lists and weigh them and say, okay, do the pros outweigh the cons? Do I need to cut back on my social media but still keep it in there, or do I need to cut it out completely? And for me, after thinking about it, praying about it, discerning what it is that social media is doing to me, I've discerned to just let it go and completely cut it out of my life. Maybe it's just because I'm an old man now, but I never really got into Instagram or Snapchat or a lot of these different things, but I was really into Facebook.
Facebook, gotta check my Facebook.
Facebook was like just starting out when I was a freshman in college, and it was all the cool thing, and you all would go on and see what other people were doing and say what you were doing and stuff like that, I guess. Why do we have Facebook again?
Gotta check my Facebook!
So because I'm mostly familiar with Facebook, that's what I'm going to be focusing on this video, but I don't know, maybe you can apply it to your Snapchat or your Kicks. Isn't that a thing? Yeah, so hopefully it relates. Now, Facebook, you have to understand, has changed so much from when it started. Now, there have been tons of different changes as the years have gone on. They've changed their layout, they've changed how it works, friending, all that stuff has changed. But the one thing you may not realize is that Facebook did not always have the news feed. The news feed is just like that opening page when you log into Facebook and you scroll through and you see all the things that are happening. Like all of the things, all the horrible things, the good things, the boring things, the funny things, all of the things. So it used to be when I first got on Facebook that if you were interested in like knowing what someone was doing, you had to go to their profile. So often you didn't necessarily spend that much time looking around because you would just log in, maybe adjust your own, set your status or whatever, and then you click on this friend, see what they're up to, click on that friend, see what they're up to, maybe a couple more, and then you were pretty much done. But then they came out with this news feed, and I remember everyone was freaking out about it. No one really seemed to like it, supposedly. They all called it the Stalker Feed.
I'm stalking you.
Everyone's like, well, why are you just broadcasting all the stuff I'm doing? Yeah, I know I put it publicly on my profile, but I only want the people who seek it out to find it. But whether we liked it or not, the news feed or Stalker Feed was here to stay. So the news feed is what ruined Facebook for me. It basically turned Facebook into like a gossip column. You just keep mindlessly scrolling through, thinking that maybe the next thing you see will be the thing that is just so interesting that it fulfills you for just like a tiny moment. Just like a tiny moment. But it never does. It just doesn't. It's not fulfilling. It's soul-sucking. I don't care that you did laundry. I don't care that your boyfriend broke up with you. I don't care that Trump said this or that. I don't care. I just don't. And it's distracting me from what actually matters and what I should actually spend my time doing. So maybe you say, okay, it's real show, but here's the thing. I only follow people that I find interesting. I only follow people who post really awesome articles or really cool videos or like mind-blowing things. And if that's the case, then I congratulate you. I say that is great for you. I don't think that everyone should delete their Facebook. What I think everyone should do is go through, and the minute someone, this is what I do, let me tell you what. The minute someone posts something completely mundane or stupid or anything that like is just like it should not be filling up my mind, just go ahead and click unfollow. Just unfollow them. You don't have to unfriend them. You don't have to delete Facebook. You just unfollow those people who just say the things that make you want to die inside. And that's what I did for a while, and it was great, and I think it was a good step for me. I unfollowed those people, so I was only seeing the people that really brought value to what I was seeing. Maybe they just gave inspiring quotes, or they posted really interesting articles, and it really did add value to me. However, I'm to the point where I'm done at consuming all of this value, and I really need to start focusing on producing it. I'm really working on a relationship with God, and a relationship with myself, and a relationship with the people around me, like actually physically around me. And the only reason I've had Facebook for a while now is because of my job. I was a youth minister. I had to be able to connect with my teens, and that's the main way that I communicated with them. So now that I no longer have that job, I am not obligated to have Facebook, so I can finally just click delete. And yes, there will be some disadvantages that come with getting rid of my Facebook. There are certain people that I only really communicate with through Facebook. So that means either we no longer communicate or we find a different medium. But I'm okay with that because Facebook to me is such a distraction. It's not necessarily inherently bad, but I think it definitely is inherently distracting. And when I look at myself and think about who I want to be and look at the people that I really admire, Facebook does not take up time in their life. They probably don't have time to go on Facebook or any of these other social media. So many of us know all these people on Facebook and all these things about them, but we don't even know the name of the person who lives right next door to us. And I am completely guilty of this. So I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to get rid of my technological connections and start forming real human physical heart connections. Da-da boomba, da boomba boomba. The other problem I have with social media like Facebook and all of that is that they have such a huge tendency to lead us to narcissism. They get us all focused on trying to look cool or pretty or clever or witty or whatever, when really we should be focused on trying to be humble and simple and not the star of the show.
Let me take a selfie.
I heard a great thing from a priest, and I'm not sure if he came up with it or where it came from, but basically he talked about the desire to be unknown. And what that means is that we should all be desiring to be unknown in an age where everyone's trying to be known and have what they say and do put out there and look at me, look at me. Instead, we should be desiring to be unknown and just have that personal, quiet relationship with God and not worry about anyone else knowing how we think or feel or all that stuff. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that you can never talk about yourself or anything like that. It just means we shouldn't harbor this desire to have ourselves known by everyone and try to get some kind of fame or glory or attention.
I wanna be known.
And this message really struck me because it really made me think about myself and this YouTube channel, how much of this is me trying to make myself known and get some kind of popularity or recognition, and how much of it is me just trying to get the actual message across in the best way I know how. Now don't worry, I'm not saying that I'm going to suddenly up and stop making YouTube videos. It's just really making me question my approach, I guess, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And that's the thing, it's important for all of us to always be constantly vigilant about our motives, about what we're doing, and whether we're doing the best thing. And for me, being on social media is just no longer the best thing.
The very best.
So let me know what you think. What has been your experience with social media? Do you find that it brings you up, holds you back, a little of both? Do you think we should all be deleting our Facebooks like you? Tell me what you do and what you think. Thank you so much to Fruity Kitchen who inspired this video, and thank you to all of my patrons. You guys rock. I completely love you. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can go to my Patreon. I'll link to it here. I'll link to it down below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, keep it simple, question everything, and stay radical.
Time to check my social media, yeah. To see who loves me online. Hashtag blessed life. Time to post a pic with an inspirational quote. It's deep and we'll get live. No Wi-Fi. Oh no, I'll die. Where's my phone? It gives me life. Pajamas, eating ramen here in my pajamas. Eating ramen here in my pajamas. Logging on to see all of my followers. Instagram, my Java on a saucer.
Oh my gosh, I'm not wearing my shackles.